Hey, this is Sensibility Speaks. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all, it is about that time. Let's sip some sensibility, shall we? So Drew Sidora drops a little bit of tea in this particular interview, so it's good to see her. She talks a little bit about what she has going on in her music career, and more importantly, she talks about whether or not she's going to appear on upcoming seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and also what her ideal cast would look like. And more importantly, what the people want to know, what's going on with her and Ralph. So she kind of talks about that a little bit too. So let's get into it.
Forget it. And really, it's never too late. As long as you're still around, your child's still around, I don't care how old they are, it's always good to mend that
Absolutely. So I was like, listen, this is a huge step for us. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm on that journey. So that is the journey we're on. So that is what you're seeing. And that's healing for all of us, you know, for what we've gone through, you know, for his father not being around, not able to be around, served his time, and has come out and doing amazing things now.
I love it. I love it. Now, what's your DMs looking like? I know they lit.
Girl,
I know they lit.
Listen, I have said this. I'm like, the DMs. So it was funny because I didn't know the part in the DMs where you have to go and like unlocks a whole thing.
The request.
Right. The request. Girl, I hit that request button and it opened up a whole party. I was like, wait a second.
You're like, I'm popping out here.
I said, this is fun times. But, you know, I was like, you know, it's good to see the love and the support and everything, but I'm going through what I'm going through. So I'm like, I need to focus on that, give that my energy, really understand what that is, and put a dot period on it, and then, you know, explore. So we'll get to it, but it has been a lot of love. People have started fan pages, and it's really healing in that. So I appreciate my fans so much. They are the best.
Well, you know, we're going to be watching and see who you pop out with next.
What
lucky
that's
man
what we
whoever,
listen, you never know. Listen, because I don't know. We'll see. We will see what the next chapter will be.
Now, fans were like in a riot because you weren't at BravoCon. People were upset about that.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I didn't think. I was like, wait, y'all missed me?
Yeah,
I mean,
people were like, where's Drew?
Yeah, it was a lot going on at that specific time.
Okay.
And I've had calls, you know, obviously from my execs, and I'm like, listen, for me to not be able to show up, I was sad, and you know, it must have been a big deal for me. Not, I had a table. We were going to have a whole drop it with Drew moment. Okay, everything was lined up. My mother was coming. My sister Allison was coming. They appear on Real Housewives with me, so we were ready to go. Hotels was booked, flights was booked, but it was a emergency family situation that I really can't discuss. But I had to be in Atlanta for that, and unfortunately I missed it, and I was sad. I had my dress in the museum. Everybody was sending me videos from the reunion, so that was awesome. Pretty iconic and an honor. So I love my Bravo family, but yes, I was very sad to miss it. It was in Vegas too, so like
a good time,
a great time.
Okay, well, that just calmed a lot of people's nerves, especially what, you know, the Real Housewives fans. They was like, where is Drew?
Oh my gosh.
Now, do you think you'll be returning for another season of Housewives?
I don't know. I don't know. I've been enjoying this time. I needed a break, so I'm actually happy that, you know, they had to figure some things out, but you know, we don't know. We never know. I have talked with some of my execs there, and I'm like, we'll see where we land, you know. We'll see. I feel like the environment needs to be inviting. The environment needs to be friendly for me. I didn't really feel like I had that support, that sisterhood. I just felt like as women, you know, say what you want to, we throw our shade. We have our moments of disagreement, as all women do. But when you are going through something, whether it's health-wise or relationship-wise, I just feel like we've watched in certain seasons women support and corral around you because you don't know everything. But to have that moment of sisterhood, that's what makes us so beautiful and powerful when we come together. And I just feel like they took it as almost what felt like a takedown of Drew in moments. You know, it was hard because I have to defend these women and then defend myself against my husband too. Like that was a lot, and to feel like they all linked up in some we gonna link up because it just didn't feel good at all. And so, you know, for me, that doesn't really sit well with me to walk back into that environment, especially with everything I have going on. I like I said, it has to be a nice little shake-up situation, and be some different faces at the table that are going to be a little more real and a little more genuine, and not be afraid to be themselves, you know?
And it's good you say that, because I think the fans, us, we want to shake up. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching Housewives of Atlanta since Sheree was pulling Kim Wig. You know? So way back then. We want to shake up. Now, in your opinion, because you've sat in that seat, do you think it would be best to do a new cast, or would it be best to bring back some OGs with some of the cast members that are currently there?
I would definitely love to see some OGs. Okay.
That's what I vote for too.
Because when I was brought on, a lot of people don't know, but Eva Marcel brought me on.
Right.
And then Cynthia. Okay. So when I got there, I was like, wait, where are all my friends at? Like, they was gone. So I would love, to see Nene Leakes sitting at the table. Who wouldn't?
Yes.
I would love to see Cynthia back. I would love to have my girl Portia. I would love, to see some new faces as well. I feel like that's the time that we're in. When I came on the show, you got to understand, it was all OGs and then me.
Yes.
I was like, and I'm new to Atlanta, and I really genuinely wanted to make friends. I don't have family there. I didn't know anyone. So I'm like, I really want to get to know everyone genuinely. And my first season, it was like my first time I stepped on the scene. They was coming for me.
Yeah.
By my wig, my COVID wig. I came in with a boot. I'm like, look, what more do y'all want from me? I am literally coming in down.
Right.
Okay, 1,000 points right now. Like, I'm coming in just as my authentic self, because this is where I was in life. I ruptured my Achilles. It is what it is. I was doing Set It Off at the time. I'm an actress. It happens. That's my life. I wanted people to see me in my vulnerable state. That's why I joined the show.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people know me from my roles. And I'm like, but that's not really who I am.
Right.
So I want to show people the good, the bad, the ugly of what I go through behind closed doors. I wasn't afraid to do that because we had just gone through COVID. It's like, what else? This is a time to be raw and be real. We just went through a lot just as a society, as human beings, and in the world, we dealt with something unprecedented. So that was my take on it, and it just got really simple. I was like, this is so basic. What is happening?
Yeah.
And I never had a chance to go deep and really connect, where I felt like, Marlo, you have a sister that struggled, with mental health. I have a sister that was dealing with mental health at the time. Sheree came on, she was dealing with someone in her family having Alzheimer's. My dad was having Alzheimer's. I felt like there were so many things that we could connect on just as women, and it was missed,
Yeah.
It was missed, and I just wasn't willing to always take a beat. Bad beat, I call it. You don't always have to take a bad beat. I think as women, we can sit and we're going to disagree. You get 6 women at a table, what you think gonna happen?
Right. Somebody gonna get into it with somebody.
Somebody is gonna flip a table about something at some point. And I just felt like at times everyone was coming wanting a moment, wanting a one-liner, and I just feel like that's not the show I signed up for and we watched when it was great. That's not what I was expecting. So yeah.
Damn it, Andy, give the fans what they want, okay? Give the fans what we want now. I went back and watched the reunion last night just to prepare for our conversation today. And I just want to commend Allison for how she was checking.
Shout out to Allison.
The whole room about you.
Ooh.
She was cussing the ex out, the Courtney, everybody. How has it been for you since you've worked with your family so closely? How has it been on your journey working with your sister? Or
shout out to my sister, big sis. Look, Krista's here. My sister, Krista's here too. And I was very grateful to have family, because it's nothing like family. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of times people really didn't get to know me, like where I come from, because I didn't have a lot of family around. You met my mom. Yeah. You met, Ralph and my children. And so it was important, I think, to bring my sister on. And at that time, it was a real family moment with what she had been going through, and we highlighted her mental health journey. And so that's who we are. Like, we support each other. My sister's been managing me since I was 8. My mother has been my business manager. So we've always just been like a family business. And so in this industry, that's important, because you got to have people that's going to have your back. So that was just us being us. My sister was just like, on ready. Like, what?
Yeah,
who said what and when and where?
I'm like, oh, Lord, Chicago about to act a fool.
And we about to turn Chicago, because that's just who we are. Like, we don't play those type of games. And I'm like, listen, I can sit before you and I can speak and use my vocabulary, but if you try me, you're gonna get that other side. Don't wake the bear. Okay. All right, pun intended. Don't wake the bear.
Yes.
So my sister was like, it was a lot going on, and it was very uncomfortable to see, and I didn't see it, but as she described, like, the woman hugging Ralph, and and she went to slam the door on my sister, don't play in my face. And so, yes, she defended me, and I was grateful to have that, because that was the one person I felt like had my back hugely.
Yeah, and Kenya too. Kenya was ready
Kenya,
to fight
absolutely.
I think she saw Mark sitting there when she
didn't she? She said that. She was like, I was triggered, you know, because I've had this conversation with my ex many times. And so I was very appreciative. I talk to Kenya all the time, and she reaches out and checks on me all the time. I'm so grateful for her, because I felt like we connected, and that was a real moment. So yeah, that happened.
I love how you out the fact that he was like living for the glitz and the glam and the lights and the cameras. Like, everybody who talks to me, I like a construction worker man. I don't want my man to know nothing. Yes, I don't want my man to know nothing about radio. I don't want him to like it. I don't want him to want to come up here or nothing. Yeah. In your next partner, will you be looking for somebody in the industry, or like you don't want nobody that's near it?
I don't even know anymore, because I've dated
regular dudes,
men in the industry, athletes, artists, actors, right? And I was like, I don't want it because it's all too much. You know, you live it and you come home and you live it. And I was like, I want someone who doesn't know anything about it, because I can go in his world and be green, and he can come in my world and be green. And that's the beauty in it. So that was the decision I made. Ralph, he's corporate. He's in IT, real estate, totally different than me. Right. But you know, sometimes when people get a little taste, and I say that I've noticed with a lot of people that I brought on, assistants and all, when they get on that camera, it is like something happens. Like, I did not see this person or know this person. This is not who they were. Okay. And then the cameras come around, and I am like getting to know this new person. And so unfortunately, one regret I have, I'm like, if I could take it all back, I probably would have never put him on camera, because it became this that it wasn't before. A lot of my family that knows him and knows us are like, something happened. That's not who we know. And I don't know, it's a level of comfortability you have to have in front of the camera, or ability to say, I'm gonna just be me and forget the cameras are there and just be your authentic self. But it always felt like it became this energy that I'm like, what is this energy? And it just didn't feel good. You know, I just wanted him to defend and support me, hold me down, and I didn't get that. And now here we are. So I don't know what I would pick next time. I have no clue.
We gotta pray for you.
We just gonna pray on that in that area, you know, for someone who, I mean, because you see some husbands on the show, they really don't care. Like, they are tapped out, and that's what I thought it was gonna be. So,
I mean, you handled it with grace, even in that situation.
Did the best I could.
Yeah, because I probably would have chose violence.
I almost did. When I got to throwing the peaches and the plums around, I said, now, how I want to throw this thing? It's going to be overhanded. I was like, but, you know, I had to really breathe. You know, I had to breathe through it and be like, girl. Like, we was doing a lot. I was talking to myself through the whole day. And at the end of it, I was like, done. I was like, I'm not singing no song. What you mean? Like, who's going to do that? After what I just went through, and get up there and sing a song? Are y'all crazy? And when Andy came back, he was like, listen. And Portia, actually, a lot of people don't know, we filmed a call with Portia. She called me and was like, listen, because she had went through something similar. And she talked to me and was like, you better use your gift and get out there and stop playing. And the conversation was so real. She gathered me, and I was like, okay, sucked it up, and it's cringy and uncomfortable. How y'all felt is how I felt. I was like, I don't know what this is giving. I don't know what it's doing, but this song, I'm going to sing to him, and hopefully something will trigger in him. Like, I was hoping at the end, I don't know, my crazy mind, I was like, hopefully he'll get up and apologize and hug. Like, that's what I was hoping for, but it didn't happen. But, you know, I got it out, and so it was healthy for me.
We always hope for the fairy tale. If nothing else, it ran the strings up. You know, people was looking for the song.
Bittersweet.
So it paid off. Now, you have been healing, but you also been working. What other projects are coming? I heard there's some movie stuff going on, some TV stuff we're looking forward to. Yeah,
because there was a strike, so we couldn't promote and talk about it, but now I can talk about it.
Yes.
So I did 5 movies this year. So I will start promoting and posting, but very, very projects I'm very, very proud of. So, of course, we saw The Pass. A lot of people have seen that. But I also did Boxed In 2 with Reginae Carter. And I did Sheila Johnson's story, which was a true story based on the first African-American woman who participated in clinical trials. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, given months to live. 11 years later, she is still here with us. Beautiful, true story on BET Plus. I did it with Demetria McKinney. And so that is out now.
Former housewife.
Yes, that's my girl, because we did a play years ago called Church Girl together. So that is my girl. That's my dog. We did that movie. It is amazing. True story. Please, anyone, especially during this holiday season, check it out. I did a film with Black China called, what is it called? There's so many. I forgot the name.
You know you can check.
Oh gosh,
when you forget the movie. You know the title of the movie.
I think it was Women of the Jury. It was of 12 Angry Men.
Okay.
So check that out. And then I did a horror film with Denise Boutte called The Despaired, which is coming out. So.
Well, congratulations. I'm excited to see all of the projects and just see you out here glowing, growing, healing.
Amen.
The whole
Amen.
And I know there's been a lot of things that have come out in Hollywood recently.
Yes.
You've been around a long time. Luckily, you had your family there.
Yeah.
But are you surprised at some of the things that have come out with like Diddy and Christian Keys speaking out? Yeah.
Oh gosh, shout out to Christian Keys. Well, shout out to Christian Keys. I feel like he is very courageous to take that step to speak out about it, because in Hollywood it's always been a silence. It's always been the theory of the casting couch, which is real. And so I applaud him for never, sacrificing who he is and his morals for a check, for a role. I know myself, I have been approached and placed in some very uncomfortable positions for roles that I have walked away from. I have turned down. I have been told, I would never work again in Hollywood. So yes, you deal with that. It is real. And it saddens me that he had to experience that in that way. But they do make you feel as though you'll never work again.
Right.
You'll never work again.
Right.
And sometimes you feel like, well, this person is powerful. So some people in Hollywood do. I was one of them that did not. And so it's the light. I'm always shocked to learn about some people that you admire that have done and participated in things. It's sad. It is really, really sad, but it is something that does exist. It is real.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to know who you are and stay grounded in that, because like I say, it's a journey, and I can look myself in the mirror and be proud of every decision I've made. I have children now, and I always thought about that then. My children have to see the things that I've done and the choices I've made. So I sleep real good at night. It's a certain peace that comes with making those decisions and knowing who you are. But there's so many lost souls, and there's so many people that don't have their family to continuously. My mama, look, when I come back home, my mama had them dishes in the sink and that laundry. After the first day, they say, oh my God, they roll out the red carpet. We so happy, Drew's home. Oh my God. And then that next day I went, so you cooking, you got the dishes in that sink. All right. And clothes you can put in the dryer. I'll see you later. I'm like, okay, mama. And now it's Drew Jordan. When people say Drew Jordan, I'm like, oh, you really know me. Listen, Dr. Jordan's daughter, Reverend Jeanette Jordan's daughter. Okay. And so when you don't have that, it is hard. You get caught up. And so I'm grateful to my family and to really had the journey I've had. And so it's hard when you go straight to the top really, really, really fast, because as fast as you go, you can crash just as fast. So I'm thankful for my journey and just consistency and longevity.
Man, I love it. And I gotta ask you this before I let you go. Do you watch any other Housewives franchises?
Oh,
are you watching Potomac?
I am. I watch Potomac. I mean, as I can catch it, I catch up on it, because a lot of them are my friends and I love it and I love them. And so as I can, but I'm really into Married to Medicine.
Oh, girl. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Married to Medicine is so good, and I feel like it's slept on for Bravo. I feel like they don't get the shine that they deserve.
Yeah.
But yes.
It is doing a lot right now.
How you feel about Sweet Tea joining the cast?
Well, I don't know how to feel. It is definitely new.
Yeah.
It is definitely them keeping it fresh, if you want to say that. But I'm also triggered when I watch it, because I'm like, could this be me in the future? Like, you gonna have the audacity to bring my ex with his, that is very scary.
What? Especially when a man want to be on camera and want to do that, and Dr. Greg definitely wants the light.
So I reached out to Quad, because I was like, that's my girl.
Yeah.
And how are you doing? Because, oh my God.
Oh, see, you didn't open up.
My God.
See, you didn't wrote the next season.
So, and I don't want to give no ideas, okay, or put that in the atmosphere. Let me rebuke it real quick.
Come on.
But it is triggering for me to know that that's even a possibility when you see all that she's given over these years.
That's true.
And it's her show. You know, it's an ensemble cast, but I mean, her being on it, she is there. And so it is very real. I commend them on the authenticity of what they're doing this season. It feels very real to me. But I'm tuned in and locked into that show every episode. I don't blame you, because that's some wild stuff that they're doing right now with Quad. It's very wild.
Whoa, okay. I didn't want to even go in that direction. But I did want to ask you if Juan, Dixon, and Ralph are brothers, because they're giving the same gaslighting every time.
Listen, but didn't we all love Juan in the beginning?
In the beginning.
I was actually telling Ralph, like, why can't you just give Juan energy? Like, don't care. But
he's giving Juan energy.
Because the last episode, I was like, wow.
Yes.
Like, but you know, it's hard. I'm not going to, like, skate over it. It is hard. Housewives is hard. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Okay. It is a lot of dynamics. It is a lot of puppeteering and things that are going on that put the battery pack in people's, and it is hard to balance and navigate. Okay. I mean, my first season, I was a fish out of water. Second season, I was like, I think I know, but I don't know. We're going to see. Right. Third season was like, okay, I'm confused. I'm back to square one. It is hard, and I'm not going to say the men, have it easy either. It is just challenging, and it's unfortunate at times, and I feel like it has gone to a dark place. Yeah. Recently, it used to just give fun, shade, and parties, and it's just like people are losing jobs and careers and bags and businesses and their peace of mind. It's not supposed to give that.
Yeah, right.
So
and it's not even fun for us to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
To that point. So yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of things are cut out. You're cramming 45 minutes, out of a whole life, and then it's 7 people. You got to divide that, do the math. You're not getting the essence. I feel like we really have to get back to the older seasons where you felt like you knew them because they were catching the essence of it, right? So we don't really know. So I just don't want to pass judgment on who people are and how they are given, because I do like Robin, and I feel like she's in a tough spot. Yeah. And I commend her for trying her hardest to protect her husband. Yeah. I've tried to. You try your hardest, but dang, when it comes out, it comes out, and that's real. Like, how many times, are you in a relationship or married where you get in a fight with your husband? Like, that's normal. And we need to normalize that and allow people to then work on reconciliation and healing in their relationships without everybody jumping to cancel or, I really feel like people have to have a little more grace. Yeah.
Well, that's because is your mama a deacon?
She's a pastor. I was a deacon.
Okay. Oh, that's Deacon Drew speaking.
Reverend Jeremiah Wright, honey. Yeah.
This is backslider.
Trinity, ordained and consecrated me when I was 13 as a deacon. Yes.
So, yeah, that's what that was. That was Deacon Drew.